Welcome to another video. Boy who predicted the double Venezuela earthquakes on May 13th, 42 days before they happened. He also predicts that there's going to be an upcoming global pandemic, a Nora virus, like the Black Plague, in 2027. He even gave a date, like between January and like April or whatever. Now, I would have said it was all bullcrap, but the boy predicted the two double Venezuela earthquakes on May 13th. This was a Spanish boy on TikTok who's garnered a lot of attention. He's currently undergoing cancer. He's doing dialysis to clean up the blood in the hospital. Prophets exist. God will use prophets. He will choose random people to deliver his messages. Now, there was too much commotion of the earthquake anyways, because it was a very unusual earthquake, a double back-to-back earthquake that doesn't seem usual, right? And it was horrifying for everything that I've seen. But I did watch the boy's message, and what the boy have said, the translating of God's message, was really true. Because nobody speaks like that. The only person speaking like that is God. It's not even, I don't think it's even Jesus who speaks like that. I think it's God who's speaking like that. And if you do more research into why the earthquakes happened, we're talking about Venezuela here. Venezuela, I have family there that's probably dead beneath the rubble. So think about that. That's the reason why I know so much about it. And there was just so much corruption. And even still after the earthquake, the amount of corruption, the reason why so many buildings fell is because of so much corruption. It's so bad. And then they were also performing terrible religious things against God there, which was the reason why God destroyed Venezuela with 2 earthquakes. A few days after, the sky turned bright red as a sign that so many people did die and the corruption still remains. It's almost like they didn't even change from the disaster. After everyone there, they're just confused. But this boy also predicts an upcoming global pandemic, a norovirus like the Black Plague in 2027. So going back to the double earthquake, what the boy predicted, if you read the message, it's really, really hard to, unless you speak Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, so I got an auto-dubbed AI video, and God speaks of idolization, strange fires in his altars, lack of empathy, cursed my name and my servants. He will summon the beasts to eradicate the people of Venezuela, and then he will keep the final beast from not summoning it for the end times. He obviously doesn't say when the end times is going to be, but he said, and this was on May 13th, so this was like more than a month before. And during the day the earthquake struck, the double earthquake struck, they were idolizing Catholic statues. Like super weird stuff. Like I was looking at him like, wait a minute, this is weird. Like, why would you do this? So it was like, even I was noticing that there's something weird going on, right? And God doesn't like that. He doesn't like that. And even I felt weirded out by it. So, yeah, and I think I guess if you think about it, the trafficking of kids, the molestation of kids, the deep-rooted corruption within that place as well, just all of that mixture inside. God had his reasons, right? It was boiling water over the edge. I'm sure there was even more evil things that were happening in the background. So he needed to clean the place up. And I'm going to say the global pandemic that's coming, I believe it, because if it's the same boy who predicted the Venezuela earthquakes and he's got another message, I could believe it, because, you know, remember, it was before the date, it was a month before. That's why you believe it. If it was after, then that's false. You know, so there has to be some sort of legitimacy to it, right? So there is that legitimacy, that fear of God, and that legitimacy is there. So why not believe him again if he was right the first time? You know, fool me once, fool me twice type of deal. So I heard the norovirus was terrible. I think I've gotten the norovirus before, and it was awful, but I've survived. That was like a very lesser strain of it, or something like that. Like, I've gotten that because I have. But a norovirus, like the Black Plague, and he also says something about the Antichrist that will come, and don't trust him. So, but it doesn't give a specific date on that. The point of this video is the boy who predicted the Venezuela earthquakes, the double earthquake, and he has a new prediction. So, yeah. So people can either listen to it. I'm going to prepare for it. I'm going to listen to it, because when it actually comes, I've prepared for it. It's in about half a year to a year's worth of time. It could happen in the beginning of next year or the middle of next year. And if it's a virus, we'll definitely know about it. It's not going to just be unexpectedly just coming. It will catch some of the other people off guard because they don't want to pay attention. So, yeah. So when it comes to the Venezuela earthquake, certain people had a heads up, right? But most didn't. And it's the same thing going to be with the norovirus, which shouldn't be the case, because now people know. The kid who has already like 2 million plus views on that, so it's been circulating around the internet, especially around the Spanish community, especially the religious Spanish community. So I believe it. It's going to come. I'm going to spread the word on it. Nobody watches this channel, so I'm spreading the word. I'm going to promote my videos more to other people that I know. So you can say that I'm full of crap, but don't say that I'm full of crap when it actually happens and I predicted something. Because remember, I'm getting this from somebody else who predicted it. That's apparently some sort of prophet. I'm just taking his word and spreading it. I wouldn't be spreading BS garbage. There's obviously some sort of concrete evidence here, and I really, truly believe it. I am faithful, but you have to be careful, because there are false prophets, and they're smart, but there's some sort of legitimacy here. So just be careful and have a lookout for this new norovirus. That's like the Black Plague. And I've watched videos of the Black Plague, super depressing, by the way. I've watched videos like that. How will that play out in nowadays environment? Who knows? It seems to be like a different strain of the virus, maybe a more damaging one. So we have no idea how it is. Maybe this is globally engineered. Maybe this is actually done on purpose by governments to eradicate the world, to fulfill their agenda of 2030. Who knows what it is? Because the coronavirus was an accident. The coronavirus was literally someone who worked at a lab, got bit, didn't even know about it, and spread the virus in that fish market that people all the time just thought that it came from the fish market. But no, it worked in somebody in the lab, and they didn't even know about it. Then they wiped the records of the lab to try to clean it up, but that was obviously a mistake. Viruses are usually spread because of ignorance and lying. The government of China, instead of telling everyone, hey guys, we got a virus, please close everything down, don't come near us. Instead of doing that, they lied about it, and they tried to contain the virus. It went out of control, And by the time they let everyone know, it was too late because it spread throughout the world. So whenever there is a problem, you let everyone know to save everybody. But I guess the reason why they didn't do that, because if they cut everyone off, people wouldn't, it would destroy the economy or something of China. Like, so you got to think about which is more worth it, the people's safety or your economic growth. Because economics can be changed. People dying cannot be changed. Like, people can come back from the dead unless a miracle happens to prove a point. But majority of it, nobody's coming back from the dead. And you can always change economies and change the rules. So people's lives matter. So you can take this prediction, you can believe it or not believe it. That's your choice. God gave everyone a choice. I'm going to choose to believe it, and I'm going to choose to spread the message. Hopefully gain some traction, because I'm not doing this for views as I release the video, but I'm doing this to just spread the message and spread the word. So if it is true, then that boy's really a prophet, because he's got 2 predictions under his belt now. And the boy may not even survive because he has leukemia or something, or I don't know what he has, but he has some sort of cancer. So I pray for the boy to recover from his cancer, to continue to promote the word of God in his Spanish language. And people will take the boy more seriously this time, because I think God knows that people are paying attention now. But problem is, you could say whatever you want and people will still not listen. So, I mean, why is the Lord punishing the world? Well, if you think about it, the amount of pornography and the amount of addiction and unempathetical people that exist, people that have zero empathy. We're talking about really bad people that lack empathy, that are evil people and are just drained in pornography, and they chose not to help themselves, chose not to change. They'd be like, screw this, who cares? God, this pandemic is going to eradicate those people. That's what it's going to do. So if I were you, I'd take up your cross and believe in God and actually try before it's too late. You know, we're on this earth to love one another. That's the whole mission, is to love one another. Love God first, love people second, love yourself last. If you follow those 3 things, your life will be perfect. But unfortunately, we forget about God. We even forget about helping other people, which is the whole mission of God. And we even hurt ourselves. You know? So again, we all have our personal struggles, but what's even worse is we hurt others, and in the process, we hurt God. What is God supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? He's not supposed to reveal for what he promised. That's the whole notion behind belief. So just think about that before you speak your mind. God is loving and forgiving, but God is a father. He doesn't have infinite patience, but he has a lot of patience because he's the God and the Father. But unfortunately, his patience is running out. So that is the end of my video for today, and I will see you next time.